Well, the time has come. You have relapsed on retention. Now, if you're watching this, maybe you're thinking about relapse, maybe you just relapsed. You kind of want to know exactly what's going to happen these upcoming weeks, this week, how you're going to feel, the emotions, all of it. So, you're in luck, man. I have tons of retention streaks, like 180, 120, couple 120s actually. And I just relapsed actually 5 days ago once again. So this video is going to be my personal observations whenever you relapse. And so basically exactly what to expect, how to recover, how to get back on your feet, how to get back on this journey. So without further ado, guys, let's get on with the video. What's up, guys? My name is Austin Wayne. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. First of all, guys, if you're new to the channel, please smash the subscribe button. Building an awesome community on this channel. Also, guys, be sure to follow me on my Instagram at Austin Wayne Official. I post some really sick content on that platform as well. Let's go. Now, guys, the longer that I do retention, I have to admit, I'm a little bit obsessed with this tactic when it comes to self-improvement, because every time I start a streak, my life improves drastically. And best of all, guys, I always get this huge boost of testosterone more than anything else. Now, Jesse James West actually just did a video on this. He goes 30 days on retention. Now, what happens, guys, is pretty insane. So the day one, I do not know the exact numbers, but day one, his testosterone was like in the mid 400s, okay? And then after 30 days of retention, it is in the mid 500s. He boosts his testosterone by nearly 100 points in just a month of retention. Now, whenever I had most of my gains last year, I was on retention. This transformation was from weightlifting, lots of meat, and retention. So I freaking love this practice, man. And most of all, every time I'm doing it, I have intense focus because I'm not out there trying to get women. I'm not out there trying to do any of that. Now, if you are new to this channel, man, I've done like 2.5 years of nofap. Doing it yourself is not even an option. Now, if you are doing it yourself and this is how you relapse, you can get back on track. But now, here's the thing. Here's something that might help with the mentality in the future. A very close friend of mine, he actually compared it to cucking yourself, essentially. You are kind of cutting off your own balls. It's like a bulldog without his testicles. Because this, man, you're literally doing it to yourself. This is your precious life force. This is how you stay focused. This is how you stay on your grind. And you're just releasing by yourself. You're not even doing it with a solid 7, 8, 9 that you met on a night out. Like, come on, man. Like, please, if you're going to relapse, at least do it the right way. Now, like I've always said, man, I'm against hookup culture, but hookup culture is a billion times better than going onto the hub, watching a video, and doing that. Now, I will notice there are some psychological downsides to hooking up. For example, whenever you hook up with somebody, this is from personal experience as well, you can have no pre-existing feelings or emotions for this person. And I've noticed once you actually hook up with them, you are creating all kinds of emotions and chemicals within the brain that are actually connecting you and pair bonding you to this person. So obviously that can be very detrimental to obviously pair bond with all these different people just to disconnect from them. And this is actually very bad for mental health. But obviously not everybody has access to this. And now if you do not have access to this to where you can just go hook up with anybody, number one, this channel is for you. And number two, you need to become very high value, man. This means that you need to be on a retention streak. You need to be focusing on your goals, on your self-improvement, your physique, your money, your personality, your fashion, all of it before you are out there trying to get with women. So the first thing that you will notice after busting is you will not feel like yourself for, I would say, about 7 to 10 days. Now, the science says it takes about 7 days for your testosterone to spike after doing retention. Now, so this means I've always noticed I got very aggressive and very horny around day 7 after releasing. And now up to 10 days, I would say, is whenever you finally feel like yourself again. You feel normal, you feel confident, and you feel like you could take over the world once again. So it takes about 10 days after relapsing, I've noticed, since you start getting the benefits back. And so then it's kind of like a slow build up to get back to where you left off. Now, in addition to this, you will notice tons of brain fog and a little bit of fatigue. Like, workouts might be a little bit more difficult than they usually are, and the brain fog is insane, man. Like, you literally cannot think of anything. Like, for example, whenever I try to film a video after busting, it's very hard for me to come up with creative ideas. Whenever I'm on calls with clients, it's hard for me to stay creative. Whenever I'm journaling, whatever it is, man, if I'm goal setting, it's hard to keep my stuff in check. So I really don't know how guys are actually on the hub doing it to themselves every single day. Like, I don't know how you focus at that point, because for me, I feel drained and I cannot even think straight. after busting a load. So keep this in mind. The biggest thing I would say is you will have tons of anxiety. At least I always do. Afterwards, I would say especially about 24 hours. The next day, I don't even know why. Like, I can be hooking up with the hottest girl ever, and the next day it's hard for me to make eye contact. It's hard for me to speak fluently to people. Like, I feel like I'm stuttery. Like, you just feel super awkward, man. Like, you don't feel like yourself. Like, you're going around like you're a completely different person. And so you have to think on the other end of the spectrum of this. This is why so many men are kind of emasculated. I mean, if you're doing that to yourself every single time, and for me, like, if I bust once, I feel like a bitch, and you are doing it on a consistent basis. You need to be careful, man, about this energy. It is very vital. It can boost your testosterone. It can boost your clarity. It can boost your income. Literally all of it, man. Now, it's also very difficult for me to sleep within a couple days afterwards. So I've noticed, like, typically while I'm sleeping after, it's just hard for me to stay in that deep sleep, because I think the anxiety might come into play. Literally all of it, man. Just everything's out of whack. The body's out of whack. It's trying to make up that energy which was lost from releasing. All right, so what do you do after you relapse? What do you do now? Like, you don't know what to do. You want to get back on track. Number one, I'd recommend a very good night's sleep, meaning, like, don't set an alarm. Try to get a solid 9, maybe 10 hours of sleep to kind of reset and refuel the entire system. And in addition to this, I recommend getting a very good cheat day or refeed day. If you are dieting, which if you're a subscriber in this channel, or if you're on retention, you should be dieting, man. We are all about those single digits, trying to be lean, aesthetic, and sexy 24/7. So if you are dieting, you should have a cheat day at this moment. You should really give your body all the nutrients, really just charge back up with a solid cheat day. This is right afterwards, and then you can start the week off with a good deficit, with a good diet. Get back on your protocols and do not let yourself slip up. Next up, guys, we have exercise. So the first workout after busting is always going to be very interesting because you feel very weak but very strong at the same time. So push for PRs, man. Push yourself to the absolute limit. Get a very good sweat in. Work out for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and just really feel it, man. This will really help reset you, man. You'll start to feel a little bit more normal after this. It's good to get the blood flowing. Get all the energy flowing throughout the body, and then you will start feeling like yourself in no time. And obviously do this all throughout the week. And in addition to this, guys, we also want to be meditating. Obviously, you should already be meditating, but I've always noticed right after busting, if you have a very good meditation session, it really helps cleanse you so much, man. Because here's the thing, man. All that energy is stored up in the sacral plexus chakra. So whenever you release, it kind of gets stuck there. So essentially what we want to do is move this energy all throughout the body. So you want to sit down, you want to meditate. Personally, I use frequencies. So I'll just put on a frequency and I will meditate to this. It helps kind of put me in that state. You don't need to. You can just use complete silence. It's up to you. But essentially, I will meditate, focus on my breathing, focus on nothingness for about 20, 30 minutes, sometimes even an hour after releasing. And I've noticed I always feel so much better after this. Lots of anxiety starts to ease away, and you just start to feel more like yourself and just a lot more at peace afterwards. Now, personally, guys, about a day afterwards, after the release, I get extra, just you want even more. That's how I feel, at least. So every now and then, I actually think it might be good to just get it out of your system. So if you are feeling just extra, just, you know, you really want it, maybe just stack up a little lineup, a little rotation for like a week, get it out of your system, and then start a retention streak. But I am obviously very black and white. So obviously just have periods. I believe every man should have periods where he is hooking up, where he is having these amazing connections with women, and then he has periods where he's focusing on the grind. He isn't doing nothing like that, no distractions, anything like that. Because obviously, man, women of any sort will always typically be a distraction. You have to take them out on a date, you have to impress them, you have to do all these things. And if your goal, if your primary focus right now is on becoming the best version of yourself, you need to build a body of a Greek god. You need to stack 6, 7, 8 figures in the bank account. Woman should be the last thing on your mind. Family should be the last thing on your mind. Your focus needs to be on you right now and nothing else. So if you did relapse, man, don't be hard on yourself. We all do it. You'd be a little bit of a psychopath if you did not do it. Now, like I've said, I would be much harder on you if you did it from a video and from doing it yourself, because I think that's kind of, you're just cucking yourself for no reason, man. If you really want to relapse, give yourself the option. that the only way to release is going to be with an actual person in the real world, because it's still going to help you build those XP points, because that's a skill set. That is a skill set. Everyone will need that skill set. So I recommend getting good at that skill set every now and then. Have little periods. But if you're just doing it yourself, that's not a skill set, man. It's like that energy. You're at that frequency, that super low vibration. You're walking around town, women can feel it, men can feel it, everyone can feel it. You feel inferior to other people. You don't feel confident. You don't feel like the top dog just because you're doing that to yourself. Literally, man, I've been there. I've done that. And it's why the videos are free, man. It is mass emasculation on a huge scale. It makes people weaker, makes you weaker, and there's so many scientific studies that shows that it lowers your testosterone and makes you more of a bitch. So don't be hard on yourself. Just keep moving with the journey. Keep going for Super Saiyan God mode on this journey. And I believe in you. I love you. Keep crushing it. Now, if anyone needs help building the body of a Greek god on your retention journey, I am a certified trainer, guys, owner of KALOSIQUE Fitness. This is my personal physique. I'm very proud of this physique, man. It's taken me nearly a decade to get this physique. Now, guys, I've also helped hundreds of my personal one-on-one clients achieve physiques just like this. So if you want to be next, hit the link in the description box for your free one-on-one consultation. Now, I do not take everybody, guys. Very selective with my clients. So obviously you have to fill out the questionnaire, everything. And if you are accepted, I will give you a call. We'll chat further details about your fitness goals. Once again, guys, if you're new to the channel, please smash that subscribe button. What are you doing, man? Smash that subscribe button. We're growing an awesome community on this channel. Also, guys, like this video to push this video out into the YouTube algorithm. That's it. I'm out. Peace.